Today we are going to look at a church that has been burned 3 times over the last 300 years. Stay tuned. On today's episode of Main Street and Backroads, we are at Biggin Church in Moncks Corner.
So the cemetery here at Biggin Church is actually still being used today, and some of the graves date back to the 1700s. We'll walk around here of what's left of the church. They call it the Biggin Church ruins. And my understanding is when this church was originally built in the 1700s, it was at the intersection of crossroads, I guess, of 2 major roads, and I think they both led to Charleston, I believe is what it said. Anyway, so it kind of reminded you that you needed to stop in and worship. So also the exterior of the walls here would have been covered in a stucco and scraped and shaped to look like marble. There's a fence here to keep people away from scraping away at the brick, but you can see how the water would have shed away from the building here and from the foundation, how it's rounded. A lot of architecture work. Actually, a tree growing up inside there. And I believe this would have been the front door here. And this was the gate we were at earlier when we shot our opening scene. So you would have come off the road there, up the steps, and this would have been your first view of the church. Originally built in 1711, a wooden structure that burned in a forest fire. That was the first burning, first recorded burning anyway. We just continue to walk around some here and read a little bit about it. This was the parish church of St. John's, Berkeley, Strawberry Chapel. And if you'll go back on the channel, you'll see on some other videos, or another video, where we went to Strawberry Chapel as well. That was the Church of Ease, and this was the parish church. These ruins are from 1761, reconstructed in 1781, and finally added to the National Register of Historic Places on December 13th, 1977. It says these ruins are all that remains of Biggin Church, built soon after the American Revolution as the parish church of St. John's, Berkeley Parish. We are also in Berkeley County. This large parish, created in 1706 by the Anglican Church, was long and narrow with distinct upper, middle, and lower areas. The church here was named after a nearby Biggin Creek, which flows into the Cooper River. The first church on this site was a log building that was replaced around 1710 to 1715. Other research said 1711 by a brick church, which was burned in a forest fire around 1755. A brick church covered in stucco that we talked about earlier, built here in 1767, was burned by the British in 1781. These ruins are the fourth and the last church used infrequently after the Civil War. This church was burned in a forest fire in 1899. And from my understanding, like I said, the British here, when it was occupied during the Revolutionary War, they used this to store their Used it as a warehouse, basically. Stored all their stuff here, including ammunition and such. And when they went back toward Charleston, when they started losing the Revolutionary War of Independence, they took off, headed back to Charleston, and set the building on fire, the church on fire. It was a building to them warehouse. So we'll continue to walk around it some here. Now, I think Biggin Church, Biggin Creek, Biggin Hill is named after the Biggin Hill in London Borough of Bromley. There's some of the original wall here, what's left of it. Now, my understanding is all these bricks here that are missing were scavenged and reused in other houses, other cemetery markers, and just whatever they could be used for, rather than leaving them here as a pile of bricks, ruins. So we'll take a look around here, and we'll have a bunch of pictures here at the end, and make sure you stay tuned to the end for our one headstone, one marker that sticks out at us.
To the memory of Francis Cords, son of Samuel and Elizabeth Cords, who was born on the 17th of June, 1772, and departed this life on the 23rd of February, 1855.
This one says, in memory of Miss Mary Davis, who was born in the year 1719, died April 16th, 1818.
So this headstone says, here lies the remains of Samuel Cords, consort of Elizabeth Cords, and father of Francis Cords of Chanton, in the parish of St. John's, Berkeley County. So we found this one to be pretty interesting. This says, Lizzie Porcher, twin daughter of John S. and Catherine G. White, drowned in the surf on Sullivan's Island on the 17th of August, 1861, aged 11 years and 7 months. The earth and the sea shall give up their dead. And at every cemetery that we visit, we usually find one headstone that sticks out more than another to us, and this is the one that we'll leave you with. To the memory of Sir John Colleton, Bart, of Devonshire in England, and of Fairlawn in South Carolina, whose mortal remains rest here in hopes of a blessed resurrection, descended from Sir St. John Colleton, formerly proprietor of this state. He lived to witness the independence of the United States and died at Fairlawn. This stone is arranged in respect to his memory as a mark of her affection by his only daughter, Louisa Carolina Graves.